1,000 Tombs of Amascut or Tumeken Shadow, whichever comes first.
UIM Loki.
Oh man, thank God you're back. I haven't made any progress in freeing my friend who got kidnapped by the White Rabbit 2 episodes ago.
You haven't, but somebody else has.
Somebody else? What do you mean? Who else is there?
I figured out the cipher from the White Rabbit video, but it looks like the cipher is incomplete. Unless that's intentional. Any tips would be greatly appreciated.
Wait a sec. Is this shit meant to be like interactive? Oh yeah, dude, that's sick. Unless it's actually just Loki making us make the intro for him. I don't know how I feel about that. This is a call to action. Whoever can find UIM Loki's intro Schizo Brother first and comments the proof on any video on the channel, you will 1. Free the Schizo Brother, and 2. Be awarded 100 mil. There will be no time limit, and a pinned comment will sit at the top of this video stating whether or not he's been found. Good luck. Hi, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. I am UIM Loki, and we are here at the Tombs of Amascut. We just finished our 300th expert mode raid. Collection log is looking pretty snazzy. That's 14 purples, if I'm not mistaken. All we need at this point is the pet, the staff, and the Missouri body. So we just finished a raid level 345, which is the raid level that I've been doing over the past few days. It's super nice, super comfy, and a pretty decent chance at a purple. To be exact, it's a 1 in 17.7 chance at a purple. So that is like pretty damn sexy. I'm trying to improve my times though, so I can easily shave off probably like 3 minutes would be ideal. So it'd be a 32-minute raid. That's probably what I'm going to be targeting this video. So as with any other raid, we drop the loot that we're not keeping on the Loki tile, and we teleport to Clan Wars. So we can bag the loot in the looting bag here, which is looking pretty nice right about now. We're up to 74 blood essence, a ton of seeds, nearly 2,000 herb seeds, man. Lots of good stuff. Feel free to pause the video if you're curious. And I forgot to drink a sip of ambrosia at the end of the raid there. So our anti-poison's going to wear off, which is going to be kind of annoying, because I kind of need that to survive Kefri. But there's 301 KC, so if at any point we get the Tumeken Shadow, then the series is over. No purple, no Tumeken Shadow. Ooh, look at that drop though. Rubies, Death Runes, Elite Clue, and the Dragon Dart Tips. You'll love to see it. Ah. Well, it's a Wilderness Clue step, so that's a drop, but that's okay. Still got the 214 Dragon Darts, which puts us at over 7,000 now, so that is an amazing thing to see. It's currently Thursday night at 10:30 p.m., so time for me to go and edit the next video. So we'll go into the Tombs of Amascut to the Path of Het, and we'll grab our crystal pickaxe here. We're gonna go mine some amethyst as we've been doing. We're pretty close to 99 mining. We're just 210k XP away, so I guess we could theoretically even get it by the time we're done editing, although I probably won't, so I just need about 6,000 more amethyst darts to fill up the blowpipe. So yeah, I guess let's do some mining, and I'll check in with you guys when I'm all done editing. Hey, what's up guys? I just finished editing the next video. I'm kind of out of breath because I just did a bunch of push-ups, but looks like we got 100,000 mining XP today. Not too bad. And 4,664 amethyst dart tips. A bit better than I thought we were going to get. We also got 2 clue scrolls, so I guess let's go ahead and open these up. No uniques on the easy, and no uniques on the medium, though we are at 69 medium clues now, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and get back into the Tombs of Amascut. I also just watched this video by Gnome Monkey. It's essentially a raid level 500 solo Tombs of Amascut. And I have to admit, I've never actually watched a guide on Tombs of Amascut, but he kind of talked about a decent amount of things that I could be doing better in my runs. And I'm like super pumped to try out some new stuff here. I feel super focused and ready, so let's fucking go. We actually just got nearly 100,000 fletching XP according to the XP tracker, which is pretty nice. And then if we put the amethyst darts in the blowpipe, we will now be at 12,293. So that is a lot. Probably will last us for a long time. So now I think we're actually ready to go on in there. So now let's fucking go. One thing I realized I can do is my energy is only at 50% since I just ran here. Well, if I go in and then go out, I think it'll count as a death or something, or like a failed attempt, but it'll fully heal my run. So I can just go right back in. I'm pretty sure that counts as an attempt. So my attempts are going to be artificially high if I do that every single raid, which I probably should. But yeah, yeah, just a nice little trick there so I don't run out of energy on the first room. All right, I'm gonna try the new thing I learned from the guy's video, and I fucked it up. Okay, I'm gonna try that same strategy, but at this side of the room instead. So I think we just drop the brew, run over here, take one step back, right click the brew, and then we should be in the cycle. And there it is. That was easy as fuck. So yeah, I am really happy that I watched that video because I feel like I'm just like 20 times better now. So no purple. 8 snapdragons and some dragonstones. That's pretty nice. You can even BGS spec. And when he does this thing, you walk over there. So you completely dodge all the stuff. And I guess the last little thing is that you can flick piety. So then you're really not using any supplies. All right, 303 KC. Can we get a purple? The purple doesn't link to the requested chest, but instead to another chest. How lame is that joke, to be honest? Hey, some soul runes and the white stuff. All right, so another thing from No Monkey's video is that you can actually BGS spec the crocodile and then take 2 steps. Yeah, dude, you take 2 steps back and his melee attack like whiffs. Damn. Dude, I should have watched this video forever ago. What am I even doing? Imagine watching a guide on the content that you've been doing for like 3 months. That's so good. The BGS is free now. Because his melee attack can like hit 100 or something, right? I'm pretty sure it can just like one-shot you. So like being able to avoid that entirely is just invaluable. I forget if I mentioned at the start of this video, but I only recently started doing raid level 3 40s, 50s, and 60s. But I'm getting pretty damn comfortable on this particular raid. We're halfway through the raid. I literally have not used a single dose of brew and only used 1 restore. So I'm just getting like super comfortable here and it feels amazing because this, I don't know, I just love seeing the big number up there in the corner. It feels like I'm really doing it. So I like it. Wow, Mug CEO is here. What are the odds? He was one of the other people in the raid when I got the scythe, and it was the only raid I ever did with him, so he's the scythe spawner. He's never asked anything of me except for to type Jake Paul 911. So I got you, Mug CEO. Say hi to YouTube, my friend. Oh my god, of course. I just need to get a couple big hits here. He's gonna blood mirage me. There it is. We're playing mage, so we avoided it. Poisoned. Another blood barrage and we're dead. So let's just kill him. No food, no supplies. Oh my god. That's fucking crazy. I don't like that. Alright. Someone told me if I pick up the book, read it, and then drop it, I will not get the drop anymore. So let's see if that works. But otherwise, there's 309 KC. No purple. Ooh, look at that. 2 catches of runes and 2 bloods of essence. 1,000 bloods and 2,000 deaths. That's amazing. All right, so what's up, guys? Brand new day here. Strategy for Baba now is to do 2 phases of the Red X method. And then since we're like full HP, we can just burn him down. Just 1 tick flicking, protect from melee and piety. Because this is like, I don't know, 20% more DPS than the Red X method. Because the Red X method is actually a 6 tick cycle, which means your Fang becomes 6 ticks instead of 5 ticks. So may as well use up some of this HP because we don't need to finish the room with full HP. Just like that, 4 specs with the Fang. And then yeah, nice little 3-minute Baba. It's pretty standard. Hey, another sub 35-minute raid. That's kind of a really nice thing to see. Raid level 360, so plenty of supplies left over. Really, really good. 311 KC. No purple. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. We just got another Jewel of the Sun. Oh, dude, that's so good. Oh my god. And a catch of runes. Plus 102 gold bars and emeralds. That last part was kind of sarcastic. Hey, 2,000 soul runes. Fuck, dude, that's amazing. Okay. Yay. Oh, Jewel of the Sun. All right. For those of you who are wondering why that's not a collection log slot, that's because I actually alked my first one of those because I didn't think it was good. That was a huge mistake because it's actually very good. And I didn't know that at the time, but I know that now. And now that I've gotten a second one, and it only took, you know, roughly 400 KC or so, we can use that. Fuck yeah, that's amazing. I love that that just happened. It's perfect because we just started doing raid level like 350 plus, which is really where the Jewel of the Sun kind of shines. So it was kind of meant to be in some sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the Karis Partisan thing going. All right. So I think we talked to this guy, right? It should cost 60k. There it is. And then attach. Boom. There it is. Karis Partisan of the Sun. So for those of you who don't know, this thing has a really, really good special attack. Essentially, it heals you to 120 HP, no matter what your HP is, at the cost of 50 prayer points. It also fully restores your stats and your run energy. It's essentially like the Narda altar that like fully heals you up, minus the special attack and the prayer restore, obviously, because it costs 50 prayer points. And it can only be used inside the Tombs of Amascut. So as you see, I'll try and use it here and we get this chat box message. We basically just have like infinite free healing inside the raid, man. I'm pretty sure we only need to bring like one brew now, just as like a safety net now. So we'll have a ton of inventory space. I'm a little afraid because like I know that this thing really scales well into like raid level 450 plus raids, and I don't know if I want to do that yet, but this thing will definitely make those possible. Like we could turn on no help needed. We don't get any additional supplies in the raid because we just have unlimited healing. So we're already at 400 now. Overly draining is another 15. There's just so much potential, dude. That's incredible. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and actually raid. All right, so I turned on overly draining. We're at raid level 375 now. My first ever. Hey, that's pretty cool. My cat is very social and she shares with me in my accomplishments. Yes, you helped. You did very good. Thank you. Even as I'm editing this video, here's the tangent cam, so it's really bad quality, but we go down here. Hey, there she is. I didn't even realize how good the run energy thing would be too. Because like normally I'd have to like walk these, but now I just get to run. Because by the time I got to the end of Kefri, I'd usually be out of run energy, so I'd have to be conserving it. But I guess that's a thing of the past too now, which is fucking sick. I just tried to Fang spec like 7 times and it didn't work and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And then I remembered that we have overly draining on. So that's probably going to take some getting used to. It's just now occurring to me that we're not going to be able to like DDS spec the core on the Warden fight. So the Warden fight's probably going to be guaranteed 3 down now, right? So I guess we'll have to figure that out pretty soon here. All right, so this is where the yellow jewel really comes in handy. Just like a pretty generic Akka. Didn't really make any mistakes, but we're at 36 HP because of the chip damage he does. So I guess we'll go ahead and use our spec. The thing is that I want to get like a max value spec. So he's going to deal some damage here. You see what I mean? And if we hold off until we're at like 1 HP, then we're getting max value. But the longer we hold off, the higher the likelihood that we're just going to die. So it's a little bit of a balancing act. It kind of forces you to sacrifice value in a game where it's generally considered wise to seek value in the form of like efficiency. So it's technically inefficient to use the spec at a time where you can't be KO'd, but in a room as chaotic as Akka, where everything's constantly switching, the lower your HP drops, the frequency at which you are dancing with that line of being able to be KO'd increases proportionally. So yeah, it's just like a little game within a game, and the dance will speed up and slow down based on what kind of person you are. Because if you're like a really safe person, someone who finds comfort in setting boundaries and is most comfortable living inside those boundaries, you're probably not going to let the HP get that low. But if you're like a super risky and like sort of like objective purist absolutist and you're like extremely confident, you're gonna let that HP drop down super low, and that kind of stuff starts to get super interesting. The whole like gaming psychology, usually in terms of like PvP, if you're trying to like psychoanalyze your opponent, maybe get in their head or whatever, you can also pick up things about people and the way their behavior manifests in games, which ultimately serves to say a lot about them as a person. So anyway, that's a game within a game within a game. We're starting to head on a Loki tangent, so I'm gonna circle back into the main content of the video. Wait a sec, does liquid adrenaline take priority over overly draining? I don't even know, because if it does, then that's like fucking crazy. Yeah, that's gonna be a critical thing for that to happen, for this to work, for this strategy to even work at all, because I'm pretty sure I have no clue how we're even gonna get a 3 down if we're just clawing him. It's just not a lot of DPS. All right, the moment of truth. Is the liquid adrenaline gonna make our DDS work? Hey, wait. Did it work? No, wait, what the fuck just happened? I guess, yeah. So the liquid adrenaline makes it cost half as much. Instead of 100, it costs 50. So that's how that works. So we're just going to be... Maybe we need to get the rapier for this to work, because claws are just not going to cut it, man. Yeah, it's going to be a 4 down. I think if we actually plan that out a bit differently, we can get the 3 down. I just need to decide if the 3 down is worth the benefit that overly draining gives us. All right, so another neat little thing here that I want to show you guys. Probably the last thing I'll say about the partisan in terms of like the mechanics it has. When you last hit a monster, it like heals you for 12 HP or something, and it costs 5 prayer points for each of those. And even though we weren't healing for the majority of those, it still costs 5 prayer. So I was just curious about that myself. But yeah, it'll overheal you to 111 HP. And the skulls, as you just saw there, trigger proc the effect, which is pretty crazy. There's like, what, like 20 skulls throughout the whole fight. So that's like a potential of 250 HP you can heal. I don't know, something like that, right? Alrighty, our first ever raid level 375. That's also the highest raid level we've ever done before. 312 KC, 38 minute raid, so not crazy bad considering that was a 4 down warden. But yeah, let's see if we get the purple here. No purple, but that is okay, man. 690 soul runes and some gems for the bank standers. All right, yeah. Decided to turn off overly draining so we can get the 2 down and just generally do more DPS throughout the raid, especially because of the BGS specs. If you miss the first one, then you're just like fucked, so it's good to have 2 of those. And instead I decided to turn on need some help, so it's probably about time we start doing stuff like that. That'll mean we have like, I think like a 1/3 chance to only get 1 smelling salt in the whole raid. And we'll probably only get 1 ambrosia instead of 2 at the end, which is, you know, fine. It's nice to have 2 ambrosias, but it's not really necessary. So yeah, let's see how this goes, I guess. All right, so I think one of the last major strats that we have to learn here at the Tombs of Amascut is the butterfly method at Akka. I'm sure most of you have probably seen it before. I've never tried it, but I've got the tile markers here. Pretty sure if we press import ground markers, there they are. So I guess we'll just like give this a shot. Doesn't seem too hard actually. I think I'm doing it. Yeah, this is pretty easy. It's not like something that I'm going to be using a whole lot because it's a bit less effective with the saying. You're attacking every 5 game ticks, and since the saying is a 4-tick attack weapon, you're like, you know, losing a tick every cycle. So that would mean ideally you'd want to be using a 5-tick attack weapon, like for example, the Tumeken Shadow. It's just like in times like this where I only have half a brew left because I kind of fucked up on Baba, being able to not take any damage whilst simultaneously theoretically healing a bit off using the saying, it's just kind of a good situation to be in. And because we were so busy talking, I guess we just what? The care spec definitely went off there. Not sure why we died. I guess there's a little bit of a delay on the spec or something. I guess that means you can't use the care spec to tick eat. I don't know. We'll have to play around with that, but that kind of sucks. Oh my god, and I just realized something. We can combine Adrenaline with the fucking Karis Partisan thing, dude. So now it only costs like, what, 36% spec? It's like we BGS spec once or twice, and now we have a couple Karis specs stored up in the spec bar, and then that'll be regenning the whole time, the whole fight. And maybe we use once or 2 over the course of a minute or 2, in which case we've already regened 1 or 2. So it's like infinite healing. It's infinite fucking healing. The only thing that could kill us in like the final part here is just like a nasty boulder into off prayer into lightning combo or something. But even that's not gonna like stack you out for like 112 damage or whatever. So yeah, we're just like invincible. That is so good. That is so good. I love that we just discovered that, because like, that's just fucking crazy. I don't know, that's just blowing my mind right now. So anyway, there is a 313 KC for the no purple. Oh wow, that's amazing. Cool. Sharks, D-meds, and soul runes. That's amazing. I'm so happy right now, dude. This is awesome. So it's times like this where I kind of fucked up and died on Akka, and I just need to clear the room without using any supplies. And this is the perfect solution to these kinds of things. I think we can do this for 1 minute before he will expire on this phase and just say, hey, I'm just going to do a special attack anyway, even though I haven't hit you. There it is. And supposedly you can keep doing it even after he does the orb attack. I'm not like that desperate to try and finish this. I still have some supplies, but I guess if we were like totally out, I'd probably experiment with that, even though it's supposedly it's the exact same thing as the normal butterfly method. But anyway, yeah, it's nice to have that in the old arsenal for when we need it. Oh, hi. I just realized something. I recently hit 75 million strength XP. That's kind of cool, right? It's not like spectacular or anything, but kind of cool. I'm sort of tracking strength XP because I think it's going to be one of the first skills that we're actually going to be front page on for Ultimate Iron Man. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 80 mil XP is what we need. So we're definitely on pace to be getting that probably, I don't know, sometime in the next few months, assuming we continue doing PVM that trains strength. We look at the XP tracker over here. It looks like we're getting 100,000 XP per hour, which is kind of like a lot of XP. That's a lot of XP per hour. I don't know why it's so high, considering I've taken like a bunch of breaks today. Had I not taken breaks, it probably would be, I guess, like 150k XP an hour or something. But yeah, that's just sort of something that I'm keeping on my radar. Yeah, that's a 44-minute raid, so definitely not ideal, but at least we completed it. Still pretty decent raid level. Scuff does not get stuff. Still pretty decent amount of stuff, actually. The combined damage of the orb tax is going to hit me for a 75. And I have to tank the skulls to 76 HP to get the flesh cookers off tick. So I'm trusting the calculations. This should get us to 1 HP. Oof. There it is. All right, that one was a solid raid, which is nice considering how much we've been dying. 317 KC. Time for a purple, right? I think so. Oh, baby. Damn. Okay, I was just about to go to bed. It's midnight. I don't even know when the last purple we got was. Looks like 295 KC. So 22 KC from the last purple. Hell yeah, dude. I'm fucking ready for this. All right. I'm pretty down for the goddamn Basori body, dude. If we can just get that, I will be really happy, obviously. So here we go. What is it gonna be? Ah, dude, it was Mumtum's Fang. You can't really ever be mad at that. It's a free 64 mil, or 2 to the 6th million GP, as I like to say. But yeah, I think that's our 5th one of those, right? 6th one of those. Okay, well, this will be our 5th one that we sell on the bond alt. So I guess let's go do that. All right, man. Probably seen this clip a bunch of times if you're an avid watcher of the series, but there's a nice little 3 billion GP risk as we walk into level 1 wilderness. Hey, it looks like our blood rune investment is finally filled up. So we've got 3 million blood runes on this account that we bought for 225 each and 220 each. So probably like 222 each or so, something like that. And I'm hoping to sell those for like 300 each, maybe a couple of years in the future or something. And here is the Asmumtum's Fang for 63.7 mil. It's really a beautiful sight, man. I like that a lot. Coincidentally, since there's a permanent buying pressure for blood runes at 200 GP each at the Ali Morrison rune shop, that means the most we can possibly lose on this blood rune flip is 10% of 600 mil, so 60 mil. And the cost of that Fang we just sold was 64 mil, so that one Fang just made this entire blood rune investment risk-free. Assuming we end up selling them for 200 GP, we will now just be at break even. So we can sit pretty comfy knowing that this blood rune investment can just take years if it needs to. But yeah, man, I am just in love with this raid. It's so nice getting a purple. The current drop rate at raid level 375, if I haven't already said it, is 1 in 14.2, which at 35 minutes per raid works out to roughly 8 hours per purple. If I was like really efficient at raiding and I wasn't, you know, going and dropping stuff to the bond alt and just like going to the Ferrex Enclave to bank stuff in the looting bag and dying a bunch of times and losing reward potential, I could theoretically get like 1 purple a day. And since the drop rate for the Tumeken Shadow is 1 in 24, it would take me 24 days to complete the series. Imagine, dude. Imagine that's the reality we're living in. Yeah. We're on a good path, guys. We are on a beautiful fucking path, man. Alrighty, first raid of the day here. I believe last KC we got the Fang, right? So this will be our first ever back-to-back. If we can get it. Can we get the back-to-back 318 KC? No back-to-back. One day. One day we'll get it, man. That is a junk loot. I guess we'll go drop that on the Loki tile for all of the Tombs of Amascut bank standards on World 319. Wow. That was like the fastest elite clue I've ever done. That was like 5 steps and each step was like 10 seconds. But there it is. Elite clue completed. What do we get? It's why is that 100k? 160k? That's crazy. Are these? Master Scrollbook is 100k? What the hell? Since when is it that much? I thought those were worthless. Unless, did they like update those or something? I've never seen that. That's fine, man. We're gonna go back to the tombs. And I even got our metamorphosized Tob pet to come with us, because why not? That's a nice drop. That's pretty fun. I like all the colors. It's red and white on the D-med, and then red and white in the gems. That's just lovely. If I was a main, I would love to get that as a 550k drop. All right, 48-minute raid. Well, 49-minute raid, actually. That's probably the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but that's okay, man. We completed the raid. 321 KC, only 1 death. Raid level 355, not even that bad, man. For the no purple. 2,000 death runes, that's a nice thing to see. 8 snapdragon seeds, and that is also nice. I've actually got more than 16,000 death runes now in the rune pouch, so we are going to go ahead and sell these to Ali Morrison, who will buy them for 90 GP each, which is pretty nice. If I'm not mistaken, this is the 3rd time on the series we've had to do this so far. Last time we got about 1.5 mil, and yeah, just some nice free GP. Also, I'm going to go ahead and relog real quick here, because if we refresh the high scores, this one's going to be kind of cool. We're currently at rank number 7, it's 320 KC. But yeah, if we refresh this, we're going to jump up 2 ranks to rank number 5 with 322 KC. And the next one is going to be 5 KC later. So we'll be rank number 4 pretty soon. So we are actually competing for some of these upper ranks. And then after that, it's like 400 KC for the next couple ranks. And then I don't think we're ever going to pass Digitry because he's just been dominating the high scores ever since release. But yeah, just a good time to check in with the high scores. The only thing that the pet is kind of annoying for is when I'm trying to blood barrage all these thralls. I guess the pet will always be on top of the stack here, so sometimes I have to right click so I don't barrage the pet. And if you think I've got time to be right clicking, then you gotta check yourself. Alrighty, how's it going, guys? It's the day after Thanksgiving and I haven't played in a few days, so I am just getting some bonds back on my account so I can go back to being a member. I guess just 2 bonds is fine. But yeah, we're in that Thanksgiving coma. I have enough leftovers in the fridge to last me a fortnight, so we should be able to grind some Tombs of Amascut pretty hard over the next few days and weeks and months, or however long a fortnight is. Alright, well, I've got another update. Imagine an update on a YouTube video about updates. Anyway, there's now less than 5,000 2-dose super restores in the bottom of my inventory here. So that's worthy of a clip, I suppose, huh? Alright, another 41-minute raid. That one is going to be 333 KC, the third triple number of the same number. I said that wrong, but you guys know what I'm saying. Can we get the purple on the number? No purple on the number. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, look at that drop. Soul runes, dragon dart tips, catcher runes. Amazing. 1,000 blood runes. You'll love to see it. And with that, we are going to continue raiding. Like I mentioned a bunch of times, I just like love these higher invocation raids. I'm so down to grind these. The fact that it's like a 1 in 13 or 1 in 14 for a purple, it makes it so exciting. That's like twice as common as a Chambers of Xeric unique from a soul raid. And as we up the invocations, I'm actually having to like critically think about things a little more, which makes it more fun. And yeah, it's just a lot of good stuff happening. We unlocked the Chaos Partisan of the Sun, which adds another layer of complexity to the whole thing as well. So I am just down to grind this until we get the Shadow Man. Honestly, it's a great time. So if you guys made it to the end, feel free to leave a like. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. Take care. Until next time, I love you. Bye. Massive shout out to the YouTube members. At the silver tier, we've got Chester, Thornforge, Brendan, Christian, Toasty the Wizard, Steinhardt, Daniel P, Austin J, Nihilism Rip, Trogothor, Chicken Noodles, Gangplank Main, JBT, Buchan, Hunter D, I Cook, CV412, Petit Poulet, and our newest member, Benjamin H. For the gold tier, we've got Leica Wolf, Iea, Misks, David Boone, Killa Queen, Roberts, Obtainable Beer, Lol I'm Bad, Scram Bow, Verdant Lee, and One With Everything Bagel. If you'd like to join the list of members supporting the continued production of the channel, feel free to get started by clicking the join button right next to the sub button underneath the video. Otherwise, cheers guys, see you in the next one.